Good evening, my favourite humans. How are we? It's 6:30. Actually, am I early? I feel like I might be a little bit early tonight. Maybe. Anyway, it's 6:30 Friday. As we all know, it's Friday Night Live time. Destination spot for all things Lee Thornton Crafts. So I hug on my little box for the moment. Lot to get through tonight. Lot to get through. Oh, it's been a bit of a day, but we're here. We have got loads to talk about tonight. But first things first, how are we all? Have we had a good week? I've had a busy week. I've had a very, very busy week. I've had a kind of one of them kind of weeks. I'm looking forward to the weekend, but lots of things to tell you. So we'll say hello to a few people first of all, and we'll get into everything. Now, tonight I had planned on looking at my Paula Creates goodies. We're pushing that back to next week because something's happened today, which means TV's changed and there's all sorts of things going on, and I want to talk to you about some other bits and pieces. I want to do a demo. Danny's been to Lock and Store, found some things which I thought we'd sold out of many moons ago, which are back. So we'll get through all of that. But first of all, let's say hello to everybody. Okay, so let's move that out of the way for a minute. And let's start, let me get right in the right space, right now, everybody's name has changed. And I know this is a thing with YouTube. And I know what's happened is it's kind of given you a username. So Lily did say to me, actually, you can change that. So some of you have, some of you haven't. But you can go into YouTube and change like the username or take the numbers off or do something. I know you can alter it if you want to. Anyway, hopefully I will get most of you right. Now, first name is MSL3900, and I don't know who it is. So if you are on YouTube and you can change your name so I know who you are, that is really useful. But anyway, hello from across the pond. Good evening, Pat Harmer, YZ3VM. So see what I mean? So it's adding these little bits to your name. Hello, Beverly Deborah. Hello, Marie Pownell. Hello, handcrafted by Gaz. Hello, Gaz. Yours is right, Gaz. Hello, Julia Whedon. Hello, Mandy Sackett. MSL3900 says love to all, and I don't know your name, so I feel very rude calling you that, but good evening anyway. So good evening, Nan Campbell. Nan Campbell, Kirk. I've got to lean in for this one, Nan. Nan Campbell, Kirkintilloch, 8937. Nan, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? But Nan, if you see now I'm leaning, amazing, isn't it? Good evening, the Flynn Good. Oh, well, I don't what's going on? Karen Keane, 1294. Is that your birthday, December 1994, Karen? Oh, it's so funny. Barbara Costello. Who else is there? Jan Holzman, Crafty Bearkey, Marion Allen, Valerie Cartwright, GQ9GE. Oh, you've made my afternoon. Joanna Smith. Hello, Kathy Baxter from across the other side of the world, Toronto, actually. Good evening, Kathy Baxter. Lovely to have your company. Good evening to Sally Ann Merrier. I'm going to try and get your names about the bit on the end. It's really hard, actually, because it comes in one long, big thing. Alex Eldham, Melanie Proctor, Jean Rowland, Jan Riley, Angela Astle, Jenny R, 1504. I think that's Jenny Ranger. Sarah Jane Kennedy. Yours is okay. Jill Ball. Yours is good. Yeah, Karen Keane. It's not just you. It isn't just you. I genuinely think you do go into the settings. Lily might be here. Lily, if you know, can you just put a comment how they can change their names? Laurie Geetman's here. Nancy Johnson from Northeast Ohio. Sorry, do you know what I did? In here, in this bottle, don't laugh, it looks a funny color, but I do love Zaflora, and I buy it. I buy the concentrate, and it helps in the studio because we get quite big creepy crawlies in here. It's a big studio, but I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the warmth and safety. But when I spray the Zoflora, it kind of puts them off. But I sprayed it, and I think I've sprayed too much. It keeps catching in my throat. Hello, Don Hibbard, but it's Julie. I know that much. Hi, Sandra Cowie. The Flynn God. Who is that? Oh dear. Sandra Cowie, as I've just said. Jonquil McLean. This is so funny. Mandy Jane Burton. Hello, Tracy Costello and Anne Nash. This is really, really funny. Linda Irwin. Oh dear. Hang on a minute. Hi, Mona Shawk Hansen. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello, Karen Minai. Hello, Mary Lewis. Kerry Hoos. Good evening. Oh, Otter Lady. Margaret Box. Hi, everyone. I actually made it tonight. Oh, that's really good to have your company. And then I've got Joanne Craft-JS. So Tricia Scanlon's here. So if I'm saying your name and I know you, but I don't recognize the name here, I do apologize, okay? I think YouTube changed the original one when accounts were created. Hello, Sasha Clark. Welcome, welcome. Kathy Baxter, I won't mention the name here, sweetheart, but what I will do is if you're coming, I will ask Sarah Nielsen to get in touch with you. We don't put the name as public. I mean, lots of people know the name, but I don't want to put it publicly because we had a situation where people were booking hotels just to come and have a look, booking hotels to see if they could just have a little visit and do a bit of shopping. And that's not what it's for. So I'll get Sarah Nielsen to invite you to the group. It's discussions for the craft retreat or something like that, or there'll be a link somewhere. Join this group for the retreat 2026 and they will tell you everything you need to know. Okay. Right. Lee's Horton Crafts. YouTube uses usernames now instead of actual names. It's Lily. Lily, can they change it though? Marion Jenkins. Hello from Leighton Buzzard. Hello, Crazy Sarah. Now I know that's Sarah Nielsen. So Sarah, could you reach out to Kathy Baxter for me, please? Mary Kelly. Oh, it's good to have your company as well. I haven't seen you. I spoke to you for so long. I hope you're doing well, Mary. Donna Clary, Julie Moody. Mona is from Norway. That very warm welcome. And Michelle Falcon Stevenson is from Winnipeg in Manitoba. Do you know Erin Tabak then? Tabak. She used to be Erin Stewart to me, but she's Erin Tabak, and she is a really good friend of mine. She used to live in the UK and is living back now. I'm sure it's in Manitoba. I'm sure it's in Winnipeg. And she's got a dog called Scooter. You may not even know her. It may be like you asking me if I know John Smith, who lives in East Sussex. It could be that vast. Hello, Suzette. I mean, there's loads of you on. There's 200 here already, so thank you so much. Oh my, I did not know I would change. Crafty Becky would change. So let me just do something else while I'm here. It's changed everything and it's putting ads in as well now. And I'm not sure why YouTube is being such arse at the moment. So let me have a look and see if I can do any alterations for you guys. This is so funny. It is so funny how this has happened. Right, let me go to It's never dull, is it? Never dull. YouTube studio. Right, okay, let me get into my studio and I will see if I can sort the ads for you. I need to have a little bit of a play with this. Content. Have we got live? Where's the live? I don't know if it will let me do it while I'm live, but I'll give it a go. Let's just turn that off. Let's see if this helps with the ads. I don't know if it will, but we'll try. Okay, so this is so funny. Why am I not showing as Lynn? Yeah, Debbie Blue, I've done it. I think I've done it anyway. Christine Dyer's okay. MSL 3900. You sound like it's like a printer or a coffee machine, isn't it? The MSL 3900. Anyway, it's Linda. And hello, Shelley's channel of miscellaneous stuff. Welcome from British Columbia in Canada. I'm certain I've got that right. Hi, this is Virginia Bush living in the beautiful state of Georgia in the US of A. And hello, Starlane from Canada. And hello, Andrea Withington, Mother Goose Mary. That's so cool. And all my friends, it's Hannah GS. Oh, hello, Gosling Smith. So I'm learning all of your names now, all of your usernames. I'm definitely moving around much better with my back. Yes, I'll tell you about my back in a minute. Lily was going, but it was so good. It was so good. Good evening from Susan Robson. Thank you, Danny, for my hobbycraft order. Hello, Inky Stamper, checking in. Right, there's loads of you here. Right, I'm going to go to the bottom because I hate the username on my other account because of my maiden name. I didn't need that negativity in my life. Been there, done that. I get you. I absolutely get you. And Mrs. Boardman, good evening from South Yorkshire. This is so funny. This is so funny. You can change your username in YouTube Studio. There we go. I don't expect you to do it tonight, guys. Don't disappear and go away. Stay with me and have a look over the weekend or something. But go to YouTube Studio and change it. Hello, Sally Dillon. Lovely to have your company as well. Let's have a look here. I mean, there's so many. You're all having a good old chat now. It's so funny. Hello, Tony Mins. Mother Goose does know a John Smith who lives in East Sussex. That's as far as I've got. Is this going to be a long night, guys? Is this going to be a long night? Honestly, I think it is. Hello, Starlane. It's good to... no, not Starlane. I've said hello to you. Margaret Box. If I had Primrose Gibson, I don't even know who I'm saying hello to anymore. Linda Longfellow. I haven't said hello to you yet, lovely. Have I across the pond? How do I share on YouTube? I think when you're on YouTube, there is... I think it's either an arrow that goes like that, or there's three dots or something. And I think you can share that way. But if not, copy the link from your search bar and then copy it onto your own feed or something like that. Let's keep going. Hannah Hicks. Helen McLaughlin. Helen, it's so good to see you here. Honestly, Helen is a little darling. I love Helen. Hello, Diana. Mendonca from Portugal. Lovely to have you here as well. Hello, Kathy Gleesdale. How's the pussycats and the ducks? Oh, right. And it's lovely because, right. Okay, so should we get into it now? I can't even cope anymore with all these names. There's like 223 of you here. So I think we've got enough people here to start. Right. Now, let me just talk about the retreat. And I know probably some of you who aren't coming to the retreat are probably going, oh, not the retreat again. However, I do have to say, I am delighted. We have five guests already coming from the USA. Oh my God, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I am so grateful that you are traveling all this way. I know one lady is retiring and it's her first trip to the UK as well. I know the lovely Chelsea Coma is coming over now. I know Chelsea's been to the UK before. However, it is so wonderful to just know that you are traveling so far. And I really hope you love the UK if you haven't been before. And if you have been before, I really hope you have the most magical time here because we are so grateful for you literally flying halfway around the world to come and spend some time with us. We are all so excited to meet you. Honestly, I can't begin to tell you. I've been saying to everybody, honestly, the ladies from the USA are coming and it's going to be so good fun and blah, blah, blah. So thank you so much. And I know some of you are on tonight. So I'm very, very, very excited. And yeah, Deborah Dubman, hi. Sorry, don't worry, Deborah. I've been having a very interesting time. Everybody's name has changed on YouTube, and I'm getting Mrs. MS3659 from I don't know wherever, and I don't know anybody's names. I'm just talking to anybody who will actually listen to me. Inky Stamper's bringing an extra suitcase. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it just amazing? Claire Newcomb's here. It's nice to have you here as well, Claire. Claire's teaching as well. Does she know it? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she does now. And this is what happens. It's just such a great community. I will say, and this is not a pressure thing, it is not a pressure thing. I cannot believe, Claire will back me up on this, I cannot believe that we are almost, and I'm sorry, we've held back a tiny amount, but we are almost sold out for 2026. Almost. Now, I do know you probably haven't even paid for the last one, but I did not think you were all going to book so quickly. The hotel was called to say they're getting lots of questions. Now, we cannot offer discounts yet on accommodation because we're not even paid for it yet. We've only done the deposit. We haven't paid for the whole thing yet. So until we've paid for the entire thing, that's when I'm sure in the new year they will be offering discounts on hotels. Now, I know lots of you got flexible tickets and you can change your accommodation, what have you, but just I could not get my head around how quickly, and I am super grateful to every single one of you. I did broach the subject of a second one next year, which went down like a lead balloon, and Adam actually swore at me. Well, actually, I think it might have been Danny. One of them did. And then they looked at each other and said, no. So it is just the September one next year. So just, I don't know. All I could say is, Katie Fern, that is such a sweet thing to say. Lisa, it just shows how much we think of you and your products. I'll be buying you a pina colada. Oh my God, they're very, very strong at that hotel. Maybe a little, just a really little one. They're so strong. But it's going to be such a wonderful event yet again. We're already working on stuff. So I think you're going to be quite surprised at 2026. And I'm hoping it's going to be one of them events that you continue to come to every year. If it gets too unruly, we'll look at making it a bigger event, making it more demonstrators. Whatever we can do to continue it and make it grow, we will do so. Right. With that being said, we are also going to be doing an online workshop for those of you who can't make it. Hence me asking you about YouTube every single week. There's lots of things we can do with YouTube that we cannot do with Facebook. Now, we've been through this before. Facebook, questions here. Boo-hoo, Adam. I know. Poor Adam. There's so much going on. I just honestly... I don't know if you can tell from the way I'm speaking, there's a lot happening in the background and my head is going boom, boom, boom. I'm struggling to cope with it all, literally, or get it out even, let alone what's happening. So we're going to be doing an online workshop. What we've just got to work out first is those of you who live in the States particularly, we can do Canada, we can do Europe, we can do everywhere else. The problems we have, actually, Germany, Italy, and the USA, getting product to you. So doing online workshops, but it's getting it across the water with it out coming back again, which is what the biggest thing is. It doesn't even reach you and it ends up coming back. So we will be speaking to a couple of people and see if we can get help with it. Chelsea, you are on that list, but just this is going to be, I've got lots going on and it will all come out as we talk, okay? But loads going on. Now, Rebecca, if you want to change your name on YouTube, it's the name in the handle field in settings. I hope that helps. The community here, like Sarah says, is fantastic. It really is the most wonderful place to be. And, you know, we have had, I will touch on it, but I'm not going to go on about it. We have had a little bit of negativity on emails recently. Which I don't like, which I will not respond to, but I will say to you always, I will treat you just as you will have the most amazing time at the retreat, is all I'm saying. But what I will say is any negativity on the emails will not be accepted. So if you're watching, you know who you are. I would advise you not to continue to be negative. And if you're not happy with being in the group or shopping with us, there are plenty of other places to go. That's all I'm saying. Let's move on. My staff are very, very important to me and I will always protect them. That's it. Anyway, that's done that bit. So everyone's saying how amazing it was last year. So let's all have a good time. Let me sort out an online class for those of you who can't make it. I know it can be difficult to travel. I know some of you just can't afford it. It's simple fact. But you will not be left out. We are on it. I can promise you. Paula and I have already been talking about it. Claire doesn't know yet, but she might do so. Well, she does now. And there might be more opportunities in the new year with other things going on, which will happen eventually, but we'll talk about that another time. Okay, right. Now. Hello, Anne Walthius from the Netherlands. Lovely to have your company as well. Let me just say, listen, my hair isn't greasy tonight. I got some new leave-in conditioner, and what I didn't realise was you put it on when it's wet and then you leave it in. I decided tonight I would give it a go putting it on when it's dry, which wasn't the best move. So anyway, if anyone's thinking, did she not make an effort? I did. Claire Newcomb's learning loads tonight. Anyway, Claire Newcomb's making, well, she's not making me. She started crochet, and Lily has been angling for a long time. Lily loves seagulls, and she's been angling for a crochet seagull. So Claire's started to learn crochet. So guess who has been saying to Claire, please? She really loves seagulls. So Claire's knitting, crocheting a seagull for Lily. Very exciting. Hello, Cheryl. Oh, hello, Erin. Do you know the other lady who's from Manitoba who's on tonight? There's another lady here. So yes, Suzette, we're doing it. I promise you, it's just getting the stuff to our customers in the USA. If push comes to shove, we'll liaise with one of our stores in the States that can get stuff. They can order it through Notions and get it sent to you guys. So it's on the cards. It's on. Oh, we have wings on our seagull. I'm very excited. Apparently that type of conditioner is fab. Yes, it is fab. It's actually, I've used lots of different ones. This is from Lush and it's called Sticky Dates. I mean, the name should have given it away. Hi, Michael Cooley. Lovely to have your company. So yeah, it's nice, but it's a bit heavy on my hair, I think, especially when it's dry. So right, what I thought I would do tonight as well is talk to you about the upcoming shows. Now, first thing to say is Monday morning, I think it's 9:45. I am Skyping in. First time we've done it with Hobbycraft. I'm just waiting for the tech guys to get back to me to work out what I'm supposed to be doing with my ears and everything, because I think it's a little bit different to what it used to be. 9:45, and then it's 2:15 in the afternoon. I think, no, it's not. Somebody, Rebecca, you'll know, you're good at this stuff. Yeah, it starts 9:45 and then another time in the day. I don't know. Anyway, and that is going to be great. So that's nothing new, but it is every item on the show is £10 and under. So if you're looking for bargains, there are 10 SKUs, I want to say. So 10 things on the counter. When they're gone, they're gone. And everything on that counter is discontinued. Now, what I'll say on there, some of you got them already. There is flash paste on there. There are explosion powders on there. There are embossing folders and stencils on there. There are dies on there. There's a lot of things that you'll love on there, and lots are going to be on the show Monday. So look out for the times. Okay. Can anyone tell me the dates of the retreat? 27th and 28th of September 2026. Inky Stamper has got a big shipment from Notions. Oh, but it smells lovely where you are, as Sarah Nielsen, living close to the Lush factory. Right, so that's Monday. Okay. Then now we were having a show on Wednesday. However, due to circumstances that due to situation at the moment, what I was planning on putting on, I can't put on. So I decided today that there's a couple of new items a couple. I mean, this is like really monetary value. It's really small, but in terms of loveliness, it's really big. So on Wednesday, I am back at studio, and I think that I want to say 9 and 2:15. Rebecca, if you're still here, could you look at that list in the DT group and tell me what times I'm on Monday and Wednesday? Or Lily, there is a thing in the DT group, Monday and Wednesday. I can't remember the times. Yes, Hobbycraft does not, Hobby Maker does not ship to Canada. Oh, bless your heart. And you got a refund. Right, Valerie say, thanks, Valerie. Monday is 9:45 and 2:15 p.m. Do you know what Wednesday is, Valerie? I can't remember. Anyway, if you could put it in the chat, that would be really good. Okay, so let me just run through what's on that show. But before I do that, okay, I just want to bring this in. Does anybody... Oh, thank you, thank you. Anybody remember this? Now, Danny, for those of you from Canada and Norway and America, you might not know, do you have a lock and store over there? So basically little storage warehouses. You know, you'd have that show, I think you have that show where they like clear out garages. I can't remember what it's called now, but I used to watch that. And it's kind of like that. So you end up putting all your stuff in there that you haven't used for ages. Well, he went in there and he found these. Now, these are something, believe it or not, I'm going to show you something I've been working on bringing back, okay? All right, can't show you what's inside it, but when he was at the lock and store, he found these. Now, this is literally what we've got. What we've got is what we've got. And our demo tonight is using these. They're phenomenal. These are our watercolor Euphoria paints. Now, they are, let me just actually show you. Oh, actually, let me turn you over and we'll do this together. Okay, Storage Wars, that's it, Inky Stamper. And Wednesdays, 9:45 and 2:15. Oh, same times. Excellent. Lorraine Sanders, I'm confused now. Okay, right. So this is the one that we've already got out. This is the one that I'm saying that we found in the lock and store. Let me move that in for you just a little bit. They're fantastic. Now, I don't know why the light's quite dark. Hopefully you can see them okay. So in here you have 18 matte watercolors. Then you have 6 metallics and your water brush. These are very high quality, and I'm going to show you they are very, very high quality, but we're going to use them tonight. Okay. All right. Lorraine and Valerie, help. I'm very confused. So these are on that QR code. If you go to the Friday Night Live category, honestly, grab them. And I know exactly how many there are. So if you want them, grab them. Okay. Right. They're fantastic. Now, Lorraine, it should be in the DT group. I think I put a little schedule thing, or Valerie, one of you, or Rebecca, any one of you. It doesn't matter. But let's talk about Wednesday anyway. When we've got the times, I will give you the times, okay? Thank you, Julie Whedon. They are great paints. And Mary's saying they are as well. They really are beautiful paints. So what we're going to put on Wednesday, I told you it's going to be small. So we're going to bring these, okay? Let's again zoom in just a little bit more. Come be a bit closer. Thank you, Rebecca. So we've got the wavy blooms, we've got pebbles, and we have got a die, which is the fall foliage. I adore this. I'm going to show you some samples in a minute. They're beautiful. You get a lot of dies in here. Absolutely stunning. So these are going to be great to use just the twigs. They're going to be great for the leaves. They're going to be great with your watercolor paints. They honestly, these are beautiful. You're really, really going to love these. And what I did, excuse me so much with this cough. You've got the separate pieces that go over the top. So sorry. They go over the top. And then you can colour them in different, have them in different colours should you want to. Very, very beautiful. Let me show you some samples. I'm going to have a drink, guys. I'm so sorry. Have a look at that packaging while I'm doing that. I will not be spraying so much of that. I have these paints and the pigment is great and they're lovely to use. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They really are. And the veins, honestly, just keeping them separate is wonderful. So that's the dies. And there are your 2 stencils, just single stencils, big stencils though, really lovely. So let's push those out of the way for a second. So this is going to be on Wednesday, okay? So let's start, I'm a little box of goodies. Let's start with the flower. So I'm just trying to separate them out so I'll give you the right things first. So the girls have had these for a long, long time. I just haven't had a chance to release them yet. So let's start. Let's go here. Move those out of the way. Hang on a minute. The paints are lovely. Thank you. Patricia, normally 2 to 3 weeks after, but depending on sales, whether they sell out. If they sell out on TV, we can then release earlier. So that is this beautiful wavy blooms. So these are Wednesday, okay? They've not been loaded yet onto the website, so you won't find them on Hobbycraft yet. So that's the wavy blooms. Let me bring in a few more. I've got quite a few samples here. And then you can go completely different. So keep it really pretty in the background. Very, very lovely. And then with paste again, should you want, with a delicate paste. There you go, look at that. Very, very beautiful. Who's that? That's Mary. Oh, we've done it again. Why am I upside down all the time? QQ asks, when are the new stencil leaves? They're on Wednesday. They're Wednesday, Katie. So that's that. And then, I mean, it's so pretty. Look, it really is a pretty stencil. Very, very lovely. And then we've got, here we are, just using a corner. So beautiful. Let me get into a couple more. And again, just use it. Look at that. Love that. Who did that? Mary Thompson. Very, very pretty. And then one more. Here we go. So that is your first stencil. That's the wavy blooms. All right. So let's pop those to one side. And then let me show you the pebbles. Now, pebbles, I think, are going to be a very used product without a question of a doubt. Let's have a look here. There's your pebbles. Look. How beautiful is that? Let me move that there. Thank you, Carol. The team are amazing, aren't they? Pebbles are just gorgeous. Put that just there. And then we've got just elements. Just use elements here. Pop these down like so. What a variety from one simple stencil. I know, Erin. I know. They just, and the thing is, I think stencils are just so underrated sometimes, aren't they? And I love that. Mary, Val. Isn't that lovely? Just love it. And then we've got, and this is using the pastes that are on Monday, actually. So if you get your pastes on Monday, how wonderful is that? Trisha, the creative kit arrived today. Absolutely gorgeous. Cannot wait to use it. Going to make a wedding anniversary card. Isn't it lovely? Yes, it could be animal print as well, couldn't it? Jane Hall, wait just a second. I'm going to blow your mind in a minute. Look at this. Very, very lovely. Let me just show you what Tina's done. I know it's Tina already. Do you remember we bought out the animal dyes many years ago? I mean, how cute is that? How cute is that, Tina? That's brilliant. Brilliant idea. So I've literally gone through 2 stencils. That's all we've done so far. And I love this. I just love this. Who did that? Mary, what did you use on that? I think she's used, this looks like flash paste again. It really does. And then kind of just, you don't have to be using it in a big area. Isn't it just cool? And one more. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Who did that? Lorraine, that's pretty as well. It really is. So honestly, so that is the 2 stencils. Let me pop Mr. Giraffe here. They're so cool, aren't they? So cool. So this is all Wednesday that I need to take with me for TV. Okay, so that's that. Now let me show you the dies. So the dies, I think you're going to use a lot. I think you're going to use a lot. So let me show you these. Let's start with this one. So in the background, you've got those pebbles. Yeah. Don't know if you can, actually, can you see the pebbles? Hopefully you can. Probably hard to see on camera. And then look, so start using your other products with the leaves. Aren't they gorgeous? And then I love this. Love this, Donna. So look at the ink on the leaves. Just a smooshy background. I mean, come on. How gorgeous is there? Hello, hello. Trebor 2024. Who is that? Tell me who it is. I can't see everyone's names. Is that Rob? I think it might be Rob, but I don't know. Trebor, tell me, is it you? And then again here, it is Rob. I knew it. And then you can see those leaves. Aren't they gorgeous? Just inked up. Look at that, with a little bit of wax on them, or some of our interference inks. And then keep it super simple. Very different. Just very beautiful. I'm going to leave my favourite card till the end. There are some very lovely cards here. And then look at that. I love these leaves. Aren't they beautiful, the leaves? Hello, Jodie Weston. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I think it's good morning. And then here, look at that, using your old year in bloom, she says. 2025 year in bloom. There we go. And then, I mean, I love this as well. Just keep it so simple. Oh, I do love all these samples. And then again here, using some of our foliage in the background. Well done, DT. Absolutely. Hats off to them. And then we're going to go completely random. So look at this. So not autumn, but how gorgeous is the white on white? Very, very lovely. Very lovely. They're so pretty. And then another one, I think that's Mary. And then using a little bit of black and white on there. Aren't they gorgeous? Thank you, Jan Riley. Tina Knight, just received my goodies purchase from Hobbycraft, which you were demoing this week. It's blooming lovely. Oh, thank you, Tina. Yeah, so already, and then this one, I love this. I just love this. Donna, you've rocked this. You like this set, I can tell. Look at that. Oh my days, look at that. Look at this background. It's amazing. And then just create those little leaves, and she's matted and laid them a few times so they kind of stand up. Hello from Florence in the USA. Welcome, welcome. So beautiful, beautiful product. I think, Inky Stamper, these might already be in the USA, mightn't they? I think they might well be. So that's the that's kind of the release. That's literally all it is. So you've got your 2 stencils and you've got your die. I just feel like You've had all your flowers, you've had everything else. It's really nice now that we bring in some leaves. Don't you agree? I feel like we're short on leaves. So you're going to get your wavy blooms. Let's straighten that one up. You're going to get your wavy blooms, your pebbles, and your Mother Goose Makery. 1 second. Check that one out, Inky Stamper. I don't know why I think it is. Cheryl Abernathy, yes, the leaves are here. Excellent. I was almost certain they were. So that's the offering for kind of next week. And then I'm pretty certain we have one more new thing coming, and that's it for the year. As in new, I think. Don't quote me, but I think that is it. We've had a heavy year, haven't we? We've had a heavy year. What I will touch on, I don't know, you probably can't see it, right? What I will touch on is I am out of action in December. I've got to have operation. You know, I did last year, didn't I? You know, I had it on my ear. What's happening around the back of my ear here? I've got to have the same here. I've got a lump that's appeared under my chin. I have to go in here, and they've got to do something under here. But I've got to wear a thing around my head. December's the best time to do it, so we're doing it in December. So I'm kind of out of action for TV as well. But yeah, so I'm trying to get everything done and all settled before I go and have my little op. Okay. Will they be available as a bundle all together? I think they'll be all together. And the reason I think they'll be all together is because it has to reach a certain price point for you to put something on TV. And it has to be cost effective to have the counter and the show. So you have to reach a certain limit. So I think I think they're bundled. Okay. But yes. And I was going to tip out my back as well, wasn't I? Let me get my Ultimate out while I do this. So I went to see my chiropractor. I'm supposed to go twice a week. I can't afford to go twice a week, so I go once a week. But when I saw him earlier in the week, he did acupuncture on my back. Never had acupuncture before. And he said to me, "Oh, do you mind needles?" I said, "Well, what are you doing?" He said, "I'm just going to put them in your back." I was like, "Oh, okay." Lily was going, he was pinging them and making vibrations. Came out, I was in agony. My back was really bad. And then as the week's gone on, I've been doing the little movements here. I could do a little bit of exercise, not a lot, but honestly. Inky Sample. Oh, I do see them that full foliage is at Notions. Yeah. It is or it isn't. It is. I think it is. Right, so let's go through this wonderful. Oh, sorry, before we do that, Rebecca, thank you so much. I'll say it out loud for those of you on Facebook. To summarise, oops, what's happened? Oh, to summarise, there we are. Hobbycraft, Monday, 9:15 and 2:45. Wednesday, 9:15 and 2:15. I guess they both be up with say, is there any shows at 2:15? Thank you. So can I hide that now? Let me see if that's okay. Hide that. Okay, thank you. Right, okay. Now, let's have a look at these watercolours. I think it is at Notions. That's a really good news. It's beautiful. The DT will post samples in the group later, Inky Stamper, so you can, Chelsea, I just call you Inky Stamper. So hopefully you can see any samples there that you might need. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to emboss something. And I'm going to emboss this beauty, which is the Glorious Garden. Now, the one I've got here is the one that hasn't got the dye in it, okay? So this is the original. I'm not bothered because I'm here just to show you something. I mean, great if it had cut it out, and I could cut it out if I got the dye out, but I'm not. But I just want you to see the Glorious Garden. So if anybody arrives late and the Glorious Garden looks different to theirs, it's because mine hasn't got the dye in it. And I'm just using some watercolor card. Now I've got this gorgeous hot press watercolor card, and it's like a really smooth card. I think I want to say it's on the website. I want to say it is. I think we still have it. But if not, you just want some nice smooth watercolour card, okay? And I'm going to show you a little bit of colouring on our embossing folders. Tina Knight, have a look back up at Rebecca's Scatterbecker. Look at Rebecca's post, and she's put the times there because I can't. The feeds move so fast, I can't find it now. So let me just cut this out so it fits in my folder. Okay. Now, if you've got one that's got the dies in it and you prefer it without, you can absolutely take your dies out because they're only held down by tape. So I'm keeping it this way just while I do this. But what I will say to you is they're in there pretty tight for a reason, to make your life easier. But if you don't want the dies attached, you can definitely take them out. All right. Now, hello, Emma Thrower. Nice to have your company. What's on Mondays? I missed a bit. Yeah, I think Rebecca. On Monday it's the £10 sale show. And then on Wednesday is the new bits, which is the full foliage and the 2 stencils. So that's literally all it is. Now, what we need to do is grab our plates and we're just going to literally emboss this folder. So what I'll do now is I'll flick you over and we can do this together. So here we go. So here's our embossing folder. And here's the die. So let me just pop that in there for now. All right. So I want to show you just the beauty of these watercolor paints. I adore them. I just absolutely adore them. If you can get them, get them. I want to bring them back, but at the moment the MOQ is 3,000, and I can't justify 3,000 units. Katie Fern, QQQ, hot press watercolor card. Can you tell me what it means? Let me see if I've got some of my other watercolor card. Yeah, I think I have. Let me have a look. Let me see if I don't know how well it will come through on camera. Right, let me see if I can do. This is my normal watercolor card, and it's got like, if I say it's a little bit pitted, do you know what I mean by that? Hi, Jacinda. You know, it has that little, you can tell it's a watercolor card because it has that real texture to it. And that's normally a cold press. Hot press is like a really smooth card. And I'm using the hot press today just because it's going to give me a better visual while I'm teaching. But you can definitely do it on the cold press as well if you've got that already. So don't stress it, but that's the difference. The hot press has literally been hot press, and the cold press is the one that's got the texture on it, okay? So hopefully, does that make sense, Katie? PKT, YouTube has made your name even longer today. It's bonkers, isn't it? I did notice people saying this the other day, and I didn't realise how much. So look, so there's the beautiful detail. Now obviously yours will cut out, but I am going to use this one. All right, so I'm not worried about how it looks. This is more education. Now forgive me, look at this. So I found this in my stash. This is when we used to do all the laser cutting. We've still got the machines, but we just don't do it now. We don't have the time. And Danny cut me an acrylic block with my name on it, so I didn't lose it. Okay, so you're probably thinking that's a bit random, but I was losing them all the time. So I've also got with me, I've got a water bottle. I've got it's like a really dried out wet wipe, and I've got a bit of tissue just to show you how these paints just work. All right, so let me open them. If you haven't seen them, they're stunning. Right, they're stunning. Now I'm quite close in with the camera, I can see that, and I think the light is a little bit dark. I might be wrong, but it looks just a little bit dark here, and I think it might be because I'm quite close. So the first thing to tell you is, let me bring in just my little book. So the first thing to say is how pigmented they are. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my mister bottle. Now I could do with a lid of something where I can put some water. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's just go in here. So I'll pop the water in here. I thought I had my little, I normally got a Yankee candle and I've got the lid. I normally use that for my water. And what you can do if you want to, you can spray your bottles, your pans, and you normally do it with taking the thingy out first of all. It comes with a medium water brush as well. And when you first get your water brush home, it's going to be quite stiff. So just give it a wiggle around. And when I use my favourite colour is this. All right. Let me just show you. This is like, I was saying Paula about this. This is like a poppy red. Look at that. So this is so beautiful. These are your paints. So you can paint to your heart's content. You can have a bit more water. I've not put any water in my water brush. If you want to, you can. But can you see how pigmented they are? They are absolutely stunning. Now, I do need a little thing because I need to empty out. I must have a cup or something. I need to rinse out my brush. What have I got that I can use? This is going to be a case of, oh, let me have a look. Where's all my little bits and pieces I don't know what to do with? I know. Let's use this. This is a lid. Let me move you over. Don't laugh at me. This is my lid. So I'm going to literally fire some water in there. And I'll put that underneath. And then all we do is we can give that a really lovely, like, rinse out. And then you can pick up another colour. And I give it a wipe off normally. And like, pick up another colour. Let's pick up the blue. It's just crazy. So they're super beautiful, really beautiful colours. I've not got a lot of water on there. But if you add a bit more water, and that, you can see, can't you? You can see how lovely they are. Okay, so let's take all of that kind of water out of there. Now, what also is beautiful about this is that the colours will blend together. You can see now that's gone purple. I think my light on my computer has kind of dulled, and I think all of the resolution, and I think what's happened is I can't, I'm not getting a true colour. So what I'm going to do is just show you the back of my book, all right? And I'm going to show you, look, the gold here. Let's bring this gold in. So you have the gold paint. Very beautiful. Let's see if we can just rinse a little bit of that off. And let's bring in the green. Let's try the green. And then we've got the green metallic. See that already? So they are absolutely ridiculously gorgeous paints. If you haven't got them, grab them. It's the battery life. Yeah, it is. It could be that, couldn't it? Let me just see if I can change it. Oops. I know Lily had to change it for me the other day as well. So it could be that, No, I won't touch it because if I cut you all off. But you can see what I mean now. So you've got these beautiful watercolor paints. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to this one. All right, is that too close for any of you, or is that okay? Just let me know. Oops, because now I've just moved my screen. Honestly, the gold in the palette is gorgeous. Yes, it is. It really, really is. I mean, they're all beautiful. They're all absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to wipe off. And what you can do is you can colour your leaves and all of your elements on here. Yes, I do want to know how to fix it, Lily. So literally what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water to this leaf here. Can you see that? Literally add the water just to the leaf, nothing else. Just the leaf. Now I can see it shining with water. Now I'm going to bring in the green. I'm going to bring in the olivey green. And I'm going to pop it down here. Yeah, because I've still got a little bit of water in there. And now we can literally touch this, and what will happen, the water will spread that colour. So now, straight away, you've coloured your leaf without even doing anything, okay? Let's have a... So I've got something that's come up on my screen. Can't get rid of it. That's fine. It's asking me to reply to somebody. That's fine. So absolutely beautiful. So you can go back in if you want to make it a bit darker. You can do that. And then you can go all the way around, and you can build your colour. Build your colour as much as you like. All right. It's very, very lovely. Then I tend to wipe off. Okay. Clean my brush and wipe off. And what you can do now is you can add other things. So like I've got, you might laugh at me, I've got a black here. And I always tell you, black is your friend. So a bit of black here. While this is still wet, just in that detail, you can add a little bit of black, which will darken down some of these areas. If you let it do its thing, you can start to see it kind of fade out. Does that make sense? So let me see if I can lift that for you. Can you see that? And that will dry as a beautiful watercolor leaf. All right. So easy to do. There's no stress in this at all. Kiki, I've got the eraser you sell. If I made a mistake with paint, would it erase it? Probably not. I would use more water. Okay. And then if you kind of, if the paint comes over this way a little bit, use water to push it back in. Just gently do it, okay? Now, we're going to do the other leaves. Let me show you this. We're going to do these leaves. So I put the water down on all of them. When you've done this, okay, it's so easy. It's almost like colouring by numbers, just without the numbers. But when you've done this, if it flattens your embossing, don't stress it, just run it back through your machine. That's all you've got to do. And I'm going to do this leaf. Don't know what's the time. Oh, it's only up 7. We've got a little bit of time. If you're okay for a little bit of colouring, I'll try and do as much as I can of this. Okay. This is my thing. Like when I'm relaxing, I'm quite happy. I could sit for hours with this on my lap and do this. And I was really frustrated because we'd run out of the palettes, and obviously I couldn't sit there and share it all with you because we didn't have any palettes left, and it was a bit awkward trying to say, oh, look at this amazing thing I've done. Oh no, you can't have it. I don't sell it anymore. I just don't like doing that. But you know, hopefully I can do a little bit more of this kind of stuff as we've got a few. When I say, I think it's 39 palettes we have. It was a box of 40 and I took one, obviously. And then I'm going to do this leaf here, around here, and I'll come down here. I tend to do one leaf here, one there, one there, one there, because where the water is, I don't want it kind of bleeding too much. And then we'll come over here where this one's starting to dry a bit. See that? It's darker because it's starting to dry. I can add a little bit of that colour over here. Do you know what? I'll look up in a minute and there'll be no one left and I'll still be going because I just love doing this. Okay, so this is all you need to do. You really, really, you don't stress this. Please don't stress this. This is not a hard work kind of thing. Just want you to have fun with it. So that's the leaves. I'm not going to get heavy into too much shading. If you do all grab these and you want more education, I can certainly do that with you. And then over here, we've got another leaf here. And I might put a little bit more dark on that one. And we'll just come down this one side. Okay. Very, very lovely. And actually, I might pop some one side on here. I tend to normally go in with black. I'm going to just rinse my black out a little bit on here, just a bit. And then I might pop a little bit of black down one side, which kind of goes like an olivey green, just down that side, just a little bit under here, and just a little bit down there. All right, so there's your leaves done. All right, so easy to do. Let me lift that up. You see that already? It's starting to look really watercolory, Lisa Horn. I'm wondering if they're rolling it out in batches, as not everyone seems to have this problem. YouTube, honestly, it's a pain, isn't it, though? But yeah, if your name's not right, just go to YouTube Studio and change it. Okay, so let's have a look at this flower. Now, I'm going to turn this around this way, and we're going to do this. My water's dirty, right? It doesn't really matter, okay? She's in the colouring coma. I do love how these paints go down. These paints are phenomenal, and I'm not just saying it. There's people here that have got them, had them for years. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to do this flower first, this petal. I'll do petal by petal. All right. So I'm picking a big petal, put the water down, and I'm going to come in with that pink, my favourite pink. So I'm going to pop this down here. And another thing it's worth noting is what I do when I've finished, I just shut the lid. I don't wipe anything off, just shut the lid. And it will all kind of dry up. And then all you need to do is spritz it with water, and it will come back to life. So look at this, just literally, I turn that around, and then the water will start to run, or the paint will start to run in the water. But because you haven't put any water anywhere else, it will kind of stay where you are. Does that make sense? And then I'll get to about here, and I'll think, right, well, that's not getting any lighter. So I'll wipe some of that paint off and add a little bit of water and just kind of finish it off there. And because it's watercolour, it's going to blend beautifully. There we go. Now for me, it's not dark enough at the top here. Can you tell me my voice is going now? Because I'm just chilling. Not dark enough. So that's when my black comes back in, and my black sits there. Okay, take most of it off, and then we just literally pop the black around the edge, and you're going to go, what has she done? She's ruined it. No, we haven't. Don't you worry, it looks grey and black. You're going to go, that's bad, Lisa. No, 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 no. It's not. So we wipe everything off, and we just blend it out. Literally blend it out. And what will happen is, as it dries, it will give you the darker top and the lighter bottom, all right? Just leave it to settle, leave it to do its thing, all right? And then we'll come around and we'll do another petal, and we'll do exactly the same thing. Oh, Fedugina, it didn't notify you. YouTube has been a nightmare at the moment. We've all been saying it tonight. But you're here anyway now. That's great. Okay, so we're going to do this one. Just come in here. Now, this is, as I said, this is a water brush that comes with it. But I don't add the water to the brush. I just like using mine as like a paintbrush. Am I going off camera? Let me come down, see what I mean. I'm going to come down here. So that's just the water. My brush has still got the pink on it. And then we come in with the paint, and then we can just pop the colour down, and it hits that rise and fall of the folder all the way around here. And hopefully when I do this, right, I think you might start to see why here I've put the black. Can you see how this kind of looks quite flat compared to this? Does that make any kind of sense? I always say, I think I was actually talking to John Lockwood at the studios on Monday. It was so nice to catch up with him, actually. I haven't seen him for so long. But when I had my first TV shows with John, and he taught me like how to do TV sort of thing. But I taught him how to color. Not, I didn't teach him how to color, but I did like a coloring class up at Creative Expressions when they were a thing. And John was there, and I used to say to them all, black is your friend. And I think John says to me, it always sticks with me, black is your friend. And it is, it really is. Just be gentle with it, you know, just, you don't have to be heavy with it, and just take your time and just mix it, and it gives you such a lovely finish. All right. So You can go back in with a little bit of pink and soften it should you want, but just let it do its thing. And you do that all the way around. Can you see that already? How it literally, it honestly, oh, fettuccine, bless your heart. You can see how it starts to come to life already. So let's do a little bit over here. So that's another leaf. All right. So now I've got a little bit of pink on there. Doesn't really matter. I'm not really bothered. Just put the water down and then we'll pop the green on and you'll see this little corner start to look finished. So I think I've got, that's the green. Let's see what I've got in here. And then we'll pop that down in there. Always start with the in the corner there, and then it will all kind of drain out, so to speak. And then that will sit like so. Very light, so I need to add a little bit more colour. There we go. A little bit more green coming in there. Just down here. And you do that for the whole thing. It's so, honestly, it's so therapeutic. Can you see that? Is this paint set Lisa Horton brand? Yes, it is. It's this one. Okay. It is in the UK. It's on my website, which is Lisa Horton Crafts. But if you go to this QR code here, it's in the Friday Night Live category on the website, if that helps. Okay. And look, where these have dried now, look at that. So you could do it on black card as well, because you've got your black, you've got these, you've got that as well. So now look at my water, it's looking disgustingly brown. So what I'll do is I'll take a piece of kitchen towel, or this towel, and I'm literally going to dab it out, and we'll add some more water in there, some nice fresh water. But obviously if you've got like a nice big tub of water, that's easier, isn't it? But I'm just going to pop that in there. So yeah. We are. I might pop that in there. Okay, so that's that. So let's do another bit, and then let's get this leaf here. Now the reason I want to do this leaf here, can you see this one here? It's got like a folded piece on it, just to fold there. So I'll show you how to do the fold, and then we'll take our water and then we'll come in and we'll do that bottom part. We're not going to do the top, we're going to do the bottom part first. Just take it easy, don't stress. Just take it leaf by leaf, honestly, and then add your colour. Okay, and then we'll come in that really big corner there underneath. See that? And we'll come down, and we'll do our pink. All right, just down here, and then right in that corner there. And let that water trail in that corner. You can tell, can't you? I'm just really, really chilling out here. And then we're going to get that black. Okay. And we'll put the black over here. And then we'll take a little bit of that black just in that corner. Tiny amount. Look at that. Look at that. Tiniest amount. Just in that groove there. And then I'll get rid of the rest of that. Okay. So we'll wipe the rest of that off. Don't need any more. You can see how pigmented they are, can't you? And you just let that kind of fall away. And if it's dark, you add a little bit of your pink to soften it. There you go. It's done that bit. There we are. Leave that like so. And let me just show you the top bit on over here. So a little bit of water again on the top piece. And then we add our colour. So just make sure you don't hit that black piece underneath. Just keep it nice and soft. And as I said, if you end up, what will happen, you'll end up, that will all blur into one if you haven't let this bit dry a little bit, okay? Do that, and then we'll have a little tiny black bit on the edge of that as well. Tiny, tiny bit here, just around that edge to make it a little bit darker. Not quite enough, that's a bit wimpy there. Do that just like so. And then clean our brush and just add a little bit more pink. Okay, Soften that down. And you'll find, oh, you'll look at it and go, oh no, there's too much black. Just let it dry and do its thing. I promise you, it will settle beautifully. So I can already see now. Can you see that starting to, over here it's dry, but here it's wet, so it looks heavier. But when it dries, it's going to be beautiful. But can you see how you're going to be able to colour that in just with using your watercolour paints? And here we've got like a little white line here. So what you can do is, as it's drying, just fill that little bit in there. And it's done. So that's all you need to do with these. You don't have to be really, really heavy. We can't ship to the USA at the moment. Sorry, there was a comment there. But yeah, we just can't. Nothing's arriving, and it's charging you so much duty. It's crazy. It's really sad at the moment. We're hoping it will be fixed soon. But yeah, you can see now, you can just kind of blend all this in how you want it to be. But can you see how that's going to look super, super beautiful? What I might do is I might take this indoors tonight and I might finish it off, and I'll try and get this loaded on social media over the weekend, because I think it's really nice for you to see actually how it builds up and how pretty it looks. So I'll bring you back here. So that's literally, I've used green, pink and black. That's all I've done. I honestly, please don't be nervous, Janet Fellows. Really, really don't be. You can also do your backgrounds with it. So the other thing you can do, I'll just be very quick. You can also do like your splatty kind of thing. So, I mean, this is what I did before. Let me get you back. Deborah, they are super beautiful. And I'm so pleased I found some, just so pleased. So you can now, so take your gold, right? So let's get that all nice and kind of juicy in there. See that? And that's when you can do your tapping. Let me get my, see now? If I bring that up, I haven't got a thing to tap with, but you can now do like your little techniques when you do I don't want to tap too much because I've got nothing else on my desk and I'm worried I'm going to damage it. If I used a little another pen, what you can do is what you do, just tap it, and that gives you these really cool backgrounds. So we tap a little bit. Let's see if we can tap a little bit into the red or the blue. I don't want to tap too hard because I know it's going to go everywhere, but hopefully you can see when that dries you get all your kind of your splatty marks. I'll try and zoom in. Let me see. I probably can get in quite close actually. Let's see how close we can do. Let me do that. So I'll do that for you. There we go. Look at that. So I've just come in that far, but you'll hopefully you get what I mean now. So you can do your little techniques, and then there on the front is that color. Yeah. And then here, as this is drying, oh, there we go. Can you see that start to dry as well? So how cool does that look? And I know this bit hasn't dried quite yet, but it will. But hopefully you can start to see, I mean, that's not dried, so you're not going to get the shimmer come through, but you might do. You might do. Let me zoom that out. No, Sarah, we can't do, what do we call it? Refills, because we have to refill 3,000 of each one. And this is where the problem came in. So this is why when they sold out, they kind of sold out. And I was looking at redoing them and I couldn't get the quantities down. But I'm really pushing to ask the question again if we can get these back in. You have to buy individual pans, so I've got to buy all the pans individually, and I can't just buy, because they're my colors, the Pantones that I've chosen and the mixes I've chosen. I can mix like 2 different Pantones together to create my own, but unfortunately it's still 3,000 of each, which makes it really tricky to justify, certainly at the moment anyway. But if I can get some more of these made, and I don't have, now I've got the Pantones and I don't have to have so many made, that would be really, really useful. I would love to see the finished flower. I'm going to do the finished flower. What I'm going to do now, what I will do before I stop, let me just go back to camera 4. I would just take this one and soften that a little bit before the watercolour dries. That's one thing. Be aware you'll end up with a watermark if you leave it to dry and you don't do any amendments and you re-water it again. But hopefully you can see now how that's looking. Angela, you will absolutely love it. You really, really will love doing this. So any of your embossing folders, guys, so if you've got, I don't know, if you've got the magnolia, I'm trying to think what I've got, magnolia stem, if you've got the camellia cluster, or things like this. Hang on. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? I don't think I've got a packet for them. No, I can't show you that one. You know, some of your year in bloom, so no stencils. This will be ideal for year in bloom. Could you imagine some of the beautiful things you can create? So you can do washes with them. You can do what I'm doing with them. You can use it for backgrounds, so many ways, honestly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that in with me, actually. I used to, like a couple of years ago in the summer, I used to sit in the garden just with this and my lid of my Yankee candle, and I used to sit there and do it. And I'm going to show you something now, which hopefully you'll like it. Let me get the lid on here. So I'll clean that up when I get indoors because I'm taking it with me. I love as well, it's got a little thing on the back, so you're all good to go like that. All you need is your watercolour card or your watercolour pad, whatever you choose. You can use something like this as a smooshing pad if you want to put your colour down, but you don't need much, you don't need a lot of space. What is really nice though, is, I'm going to clean that water. Let me just do this and let it soak into that little cloth. Okay, so I'm tidy. I don't know if you remember I think it's is it Dahlia and Roses? I can't remember. Look at this. Let me zoom you in on that. All right, this one. How old is this folder? It is quite old, isn't it? Look at that. This is exactly how I did that. So when you look at that black and you go, do you know what? I couldn't put the black on it. Can you see the black? You can now see the black, can't you? It makes a lot of sense. So when you see this one, actually, the black isn't very heavy, is it? So absolutely don't stress it. Look at that. If I bring that in, it's an embossing folder. So just if you've got these at home, but you haven't got the paints, and even look here, you've got the black around the edge of all of the leaves. Very, very lovely. So all you're going to do, each individual one, and I know it's time consuming, but I love it. So you do it white, and then here I added the orange, and then I added a little bit of the black around the edge, and I moved on to another one, and I built it up. And that here, I've got the gold on there as well. Hopefully you can see that over the top of the pink. But it gives a really, really, really super effect. Isn't it 3D, Deborah? When you do that, you can see how wonderful it looks. Honestly. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. And I really wanted to do, I really wanted to do Paula stuff tonight, but I was like, I want you to see this because I think it's really important. We all kind of get stuck in our boxes, don't we? But this, this is probably my most commented card on how did I do that? How I've just shown you. Now there is a video. If you go onto my YouTube channel, it's a way back, but it's one of my most viewed videos. And it is when I colour, it's a DL size, slimline DL. I colour the poppy in, and it's about a 2-hour video. And it's me just sitting there colouring it with reds and greens and blacks. Find it, definitely worth a watch. So that's that. So what do you think of the paints? I know it's not for everybody, but honestly, if you can do that, look at that. It's just like colouring by numbers. It really, really is. So I've got something here. What is it telling me here? It's telling me to reply to Sarah Jane Kennedy. I didn't message Sarah Jane, did I? Sarah Jane, I didn't message you, did I? No, I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, so it's really, really relaxing. That's true. A proper handmade project. It really is. So I hope you give that a go. Right. So a little recap. Retreat, super fully booked. If you can, and I know it's hard, and I hate doing this, but we are so close to being sold out, and I hate saying this. We have held back a few. I can't hold back too many. If you can get to the retreat, I'd love to see you there. Don't forget to drop Sarah Nielsen a little message if you are new and you want to join the group about the discussions around the retreat. Sarah will invite you in and she can give you all the details. And then I'm on TV on Monday. We'll put the link and the times in the group on Monday. That's me Skyping in. That's your £10 deals. And then Wednesday we have the pebbles, the wavy blooms and the fall foliage. Colour your leaves in with your paints. Just honestly, be fantastic. And the poppies were so good as the petals are bigger and fewer. Is it wheelchair accessible, Penny? Yes, it is. Absolutely, yes, it is. Yeah, and there's a lift. And Hannah Gosling-Smith, did you find it easy enough to access? I know it was busy in the hall, but did you find it easy enough to access? With a 5-star review of the retreat, selling out 50 weeks in advance. Honestly, Erin, I can't believe it. And five people from across the pond have signed up already. So it has been it's so wonderful. I'm so excited. Okay, you've seen that card on your shelf many times. I thought you had done using your stencil and blending brushes. No, back in the day, everything was done by hand. So yeah, get yours out or get them and give it a go. Honestly, I can't praise them highly enough. Very highly pigmented. Okay, I think that is it. Is there any more questions? Let me just wait a minute or two. The poppies are good. Yeah, the petals. Yes. So, you know, if you've got a folder at home with bigger petals, great. This is why I picked this one as well, because I think this one is going to be easy for you to do. Right. The anemone. Yeah, that's a good one as well. There are plenty of good ones, honestly. And if you've got the year in bloom, you've got that big dahlia as well in there, which is very lovely. Or you've got the big peony too. And the only accessibility issue was there wasn't a drop curb where we parked. So I had to go up the road. But otherwise, it was absolutely fine. I have a question. What is it you can't show? Gas. No, you will get me into trouble. Gaz. No, I can't. I know. Thanks for the gems. You're very welcome. Right. Patricia booked the retreat. I saw that actually, Patricia. Hydrangea is a good one to do as well. It's got lots of little bits in it, hasn't it? It's got loads of tiny bits. You'll all have one. You'll all have one that it will work with anyway. Yeah, so let's hope we can keep a few of these in so I can do a few more demos for you. Right, I'm going to go. It's nearly 8 o'clock. So have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Don't forget, I'm going to see you Monday, Wednesday, then I'll see you Friday again. Paula will be live on Tuesday as normal. And yeah, anything, what's your email address? It is info. You'll get, to get to Adam for the main section, it's info@lisahortoncraft.co.uk. If it's something personal, it is thatcraftplaceltd@gmail.com. Okay, hopefully that helps. How do we contact Sarah? Just put in the group, Kathy Baxter, in the group, just put Sarah, I'm coming to the retreat, big letters, okay? And she will invite you in. I don't think I can show you. Hang on. No, I can't. Go away, you lot. You're going to get me in trouble. Right. I'll see you on Monday on the telly. Have a good weekend, everybody. And I hope you managed to get your watercolour paints. And I see you on the telly. See you later. Bye. Bye.